In this video, we're going to cover how to send a bulk email from the data in 3iVerify. The first thing we need to do is go to the Tell Me reporting section, and we will go into the Active Supplier List 2017 here. And before we do anything else, we are just going to check that the data is populating correctly. So we click on the Edit icon. That will load up the designer. We want to test the report by clicking Test Tell Me, and we can see that the data is being populated correctly. The email address in this case is off to the right here. So we're going to save the Tell Me and go back to the search. And on the search screen, we can see the option to download the Tell Me report in Excel. Click on that and open up the Excel spreadsheet. Once we have the spreadsheet open, we'll click Enable Editing. And the first thing we want to do is delete out any columns that we're not going to use. Next thing we want to do is to get the first name of the contact and clean up the data before we send anything. Obviously, we want to check the data to make sure we've got valid names and emails and so on in advance. This test data consists of just my name. So we can use an Excel formula which uses the left and find operator to detect the space between the first name and second name. And I'm just going to paste that in here, but you can see the formula there. It's equals left bracket A2 find the space, and I'm just changing this to B2 because we're in the second row here and the name is in column B2. So if we hit enter on that, just correct that little typo there, you'll see that gets the first name of the technical contact. And now I'll just apply that to the rest of the records in this spreadsheet. So we'll tidy up any records which are not good or that we don't want to send to. And then we will save the Excel spreadsheet after we put in a header name for this column, first name. So we'll click Save. I'll just store this in my Documents folder. So the next stage is to create a blank Word document and write our letter with our content in there. And then when we're ready, we want to then move on to the next stage of connecting this to our data source. So again, I'm going to save that document into the folder, give it a name. And just so you can see the menu, I'll move everything on screen here. Okay, to begin with the mailings, we go to the mailings menu and click on email messages. The view will change slightly. The next thing we need to do is select the recipients list. So we're going to select use an existing list. We're going to go and find our Excel spreadsheet with our contacts from Tell Me in there. So we've now connected that to this document. So we'll just click OK at this next screen which pops up, which is simply asking us which worksheet to connect to. We can check the recipients in the list by clicking on Edit Recipient List, and you can see the data there. And the next thing we want to do is start inserting the merge fields from the spreadsheet that we want to be merged into the email. So we want the first name, click Insert, and this will put in a special character which the system will recognize as part of the mail shot. We're going to save that for future use. And then the final stage is to click on Finish and Merge. So just to summarize, we start with Start Mail Merge. We then select the Excel spreadsheet with our contacts in it. We can check the contacts in the Edit Recipient List, and then we put the merge fields into the document that we want to appear in here for each row in that spreadsheet. Final stage is we click Mail Merge, and we're going to select send email messages, but you could elect to send documents to a printer, and that would create a multiple page document of letters you could print. So we are going to now select the email field, which is the tech contact email. And for the email, we want to put a subject line in. And notice underneath you can choose the records that you want to send to, but we're going to send to all. So we click OK, and you'll notice right away that it changes to the name James. Because all of the rows have the name James in there, this is actually running through each one, but it's happening so quick you can't see it. If we now go and check the email, we can see that the email has come through. And you'll notice my name has been merged in here, and the email will have come from whatever your email address is in your Outlook. So that's how you do a mail merge using a combination of the Tell Me reports and Microsoft Word mail merge.